It was a very decisive day in the National League title race yesterday, with Wrexham closing the gap on Notts County down to 2 points, with quite a lot of help from our friends in Dagenham. Obviously, earlier in the day, Wrexham faced off against Dorking having the worst defence in the National League at this time, and Wrexham having the best National League. So having the best home record in the National League and apparently across Europe as well, so which is fantastic to see. Wrexham came into the game, 4 changes, bring in Ford, Mendy, Cannon and Dalby into the starting lineup. Now, I think, Lee, Dalby, Cannon had pretty good games. Mendy, I think, didn't do so well, I don't think. Struggled a little bit, but I'm not quite sure what the reason is. Perhaps McFadden's probably suits our formation with the better, is probably a bit better defensively, but I don't know, wait and see. Perhaps he hasn't started too many games lately, so see how things improve for him, moving forward. Yeah, perhaps you could say Wrexham's performance wasn't the best performance you have, but it looked like we allowed Dorking to get plenty of possession against us. They retained the ball well, but didn't really threaten Leighton much in goal. The defence, did a good job holding up with that pressure. As the game built on, we were getting chances, and obviously with their defensive difficulties, we were always going to get chances. And Lee finished off a fantastic shot to open the scoring, and then Mullin with a very clinical finish late in the first half, to make a comfortable game at that point. And you could say in the second half, Wrexham, with Dalby would get that third goal, but there were plenty of opportunities. Wrexham could have had 3, 4, 5, or even 6 goals, because it was plenty of missed opportunities. There's one where Dalby tried pass to Mullin, it was just behind him. Mendy knocked it over the bar when it probably would have been better for him to pass to one of the players in the box to either to Cannon, to Mullin to finish it off. And then there was another one where the keeper parried the ball, and Palmer he definitely should have, for a player of his quality, should have finished that off, really. Just a shame for him, because I think he's struggling with injury and confidence. But, in the end, it didn't really matter, because Dorking did get a consolation goal later on, but it felt like Wrexham never really had to get out of second gear at all during the game. If we needed to push on for a goal, we could have got that, but there was no need to worry. Dorking threatened a little bit, but not too much, and I don't think Leighton had much to do aside from maybe one save in the first half, and then second half picking the ball at the net. It was quite a quiet game for him, really, which he's going to be disappointed about conceding the goal. But the important thing is we get those 3 points and we move on to Chesterfield, and probably some interesting some record-breaking stats as well. I think we've now equalled our longest unbeaten run at home since the post-war era, and it's about 3 games if we maintain this run, we'll break that record, which will be just amazing for the team. And then there's also Phil Parkinson's 900th game as a league manager, which is congratulations to him. We've had Dennis Smith, who's also had 1,000 games, not with us, but as a manager overall, who was with us previously. And then Mullin's made it in the 18th, 19th place in the top time goal scorers. I mean, it says 18th on the Wrexham official site, but on the Wrexham archive site it's saying 19, but I don't think he's gonna make it into the top 10 just yet. But if he gets another 30 goals next season, I'm not saying this season, it's 30 goals this coming season, maybe 10 more goals, he might break into the top 15. But if he carries on this form, he's certainly going to be in the top 10, maybe top 5 very soon. But the shock result really was Notts County dropping points at home to Dagenham. Watching that game, it was all Notts County. How Notts County didn't get a penalty, I don't know. They kept hitting the bar there in chances, last-ditch defending. Dagenham again, men on the line clearing the ball, and it just felt like the Notts County goal was coming, and it was coming in the first half when Rodriguez scored, and the keeper really, I felt he slipped through his hands. Really, should have saved it. But then Dagenham had to be clinical when they got the chances, and they didn't get too many, but they certainly finished them off. They could have perhaps even had another goal, really, with slight bit of ball control, with Balanta scoring the goal in the first half to equalise, then Effiong getting the winner towards the end. It was crazy, and now to see we're 2 points behind Notts County with 2 games in hand, and on Tuesday night against Chesterfield, who were in very poor form, having lost I think 5 of the last 9 games, and they haven't had to win in 10 games. it's a great opportunity for us to get ahead of Notts County going into Saturday, and then having one game in hand and being a point ahead, because we'll have a late kick-off next Saturday against Maidenhead on BT Sport, and Notts County go to Bromley, which Bromley away is not an easy game, but Notts County do have the best away record in the league, and to be fair with the tire race, I'm expecting Notts County to win every game, so whenever they drop points, it's a fantastic result for ourselves. And Wrexham's done the job. Some people say we aren't clinical, we aren't dominating, but we're still picking up the 3 points. We've got plenty of players that are injured, but we still keep rolling on, getting these points out, moving forward, and it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And if we can get a nice little gap between ourselves and Notts County, it'll probably leave a little bit of pressure off us for that game on Easter Monday when Notts County come to Wrexham, which will probably be a title to decide unless one of us has a little bit of a slump the next few games. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, very, very exciting news. But thank you for taking time to listen to this. Please subscribe, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.